Hello everyone, this is Kevin from Learn a Trade. Welcome to the channel. I just want to show you, I'm going over, I have two Slurpee machines that have issues. On the 4-barrel, they have an issue with this barrel right here, number 2 barrel. Right now it has like an orange mandarin product in there. So once I get this fixed, or once I show you the solution to this, what was happening is they were not able to fill the barrel, and they were not able to dispense anything either, because what they had was they had a low syrup pressure. The syrup pressure here was at 25 when I got here. And I'll show you what the issue was. But just for those who aren't familiar, I just want to show you how to get into reading those numbers, how to get into the service menu. So we're starting here from scratch. What you want to do is you want to hit your back button until you go to service menu, and then you can hit the far left blank button, and then that'll take you into your service menu. That'll take you over to machine settings. So then you can scroll through to go to readouts. You want to go over the readouts, and then hit select. And then that's going to allow you to read each barrel. Okay, we're going to start, we're looking at side number 1, which is your number 1 barrel, but we're going to go to number 2, which is our 2 barrel. So go over to your syrup 2, and then press select. Okay, and then you're going to have your beater reading. You're going to have your tank pressure, which is at 0 right now because that tank is not all the way full and it's not filling. And then our syrup pressure. But like I said earlier, the syrup pressure was at 25. We should be between 60 to 70, preferably around 70 if you can. But what I did was I usually will check the syrup transducer. See right here, you got your tank transducer for your tank pressure in the middle. All right, then you have your syrup pressure on the right side. So if I pull out that transducer plug, just gonna pull that out right now, and as you can see, you see the pressure starting to go down. Okay, it's going down. So now the tank will not fill in this case, and it'll probably end up reading syrup out eventually. So I'm going to plug this back in. You want to make sure you hear it click, so you should have a good connection on that. Sometimes if someone was working on it in the past, it doesn't click in, and then it won't give a good pressure reading. So right now that's telling me that my transducer is good, but I'm just going to go in the back room and show you why it wasn't reading the correct temperature, the correct pressure. So I'm going back here to my racks. This is my soda rack. Right over here is the Slurpee rack with the Slurpee flavors. These pumps are usually numbered. As you can see, this one is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay, right up here, this is number 5, and this is number 6. So that's for the flavors for the 2 barrel, which we're going to get into. But let's start with number 2 pump. What I found was the CO2 connector was not pushed all the way in. It was just hanging there. It wasn't pushed in, and it wasn't secured with the clip. So you want to make sure that that's pushed up in there, and then you have the clip. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the back I'm going to go back to the front, and then I'm going to purge what's in that barrel. I'm going to purge that out, and then I'm going to refill it with the current flavor that is in there, which is a let me see here. This looks like it's a sugar-free flavor, possibly. I kind of got it covered up. Yeah, just give me a second here. I want to make sure that this is a Slurpee flavor, because sometimes they hook the soda flavors up to them in there. See, yeah, this is Shakalicious Sour Pineapple. Okay. I'm just looking to see, because I don't see where it says that it's a frozen flavor. So I want to make sure that this says frozen. See, like most of the Slurpee flavors, you're going to have a blue label and it's going to say frozen on it. Or it will say frozen on the label if it's not a blue label. This one right here is like it's like a sweet limeade flavor. And see, it's upside down, but right here it says frozen concentrate. So let me look over here, see if, yeah, they got it. It's torn off, so I'm gonna have to go with assuming that this is a frozen flavor. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and purge that other flavor out and then refill it, and then we'll see how it freezes down. So right here, I'm gonna try to take you through the menu, because I'm gonna move to the manual setting. So you hit cancel, and then that'll take you back to readouts, and then you can go ahead and move to manual on and off by hitting the forward button, then press select. Side 1, we don't need to change that. Side 2 is the one that we need to change out. So I'm going to hit select on side 2. Okay, CO2 is now off. I'm going to go ahead and turn my CO2 on by pressing the select button. So now it's on, and I have pressure to this barrel. So now I can go ahead and release that product that's in there. And also what I'm going to do is I want to hit the beater button. I want to make sure that this beater motor is spinning also. That kind of helps it come out a little quicker. So you can see it's all coming out. I'm going to go ahead and let that all flush out till it's empty, just about empty, and then I'll go ahead and refill and take a Brix reading of my product to make sure that I'm getting the right Brix. Okay, so now my barrel is pretty much empty. I just go back up here and I turn off the CO2, and then you can just leave it on that screen for now, and then go down here and make sure you empty out whatever CO2 is in that line, so that when you're ready to fill the barrel, it'll allow you to fill it back up. So that's all set. CO2 is off. I'm going to go ahead and turn the barrel off so that the beater shuts off also. And then right up here, this is my sample tube. This is where I can draw a sample from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up this line and then allow that flavor to purge through. Then once I get that flavor through, then I can go ahead and do a bricks test from the sample from this tube. Okay. Okay, so now you see the line is, I'm purging this line, and then eventually we'll see the flavor change come up. But I usually like to make sure I'm getting a good flow through here, and I can hear the pump pumping in the back room. Just had to shut it off real quick because I was overflowing in my it was overflowing in my bucket there. So give me a second, let me pour this out, and then we'll try some more. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna take a bricks in the cup, and then from this cup here, I got that flavor, it's going through. Just want to see what my bricks is. Most times these lines are connected to a tube that goes down the slot in the front here, but these older models, they've gotten a lot of wear and tear, and over time people have taken those tubes out. So right now I'm getting my bricks reading on my refractometer, and it's very high. It's at like 20. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that bricks down to between 13, 14. Okay, so the bricks is at 20 right now. What I'm going to start by doing is adjusting my syrup. Okay, that's this port right here. This is your water port on this manifold, and this is your syrup. So I'm going to adjust my syrup level. So just take a small slotted screwdriver, adjust your level back some. Mine is all the way up to 20, so I'm going to do about a turn and a half, and then see what we get. Now we take another bricks. Try and let it all drain out of that tube so you don't get a lot of syrup all over. And I just pour some of that sample over my refractometer, and then take another reading. Right now I'm down to about 16. You know what I've never tried is, nah, you wouldn't be able to see it through here, but this is what I'm looking through, and then it shows me what the actual reading is on the refractometer. Maybe at some point I can do a video that will allow you to see the what it looks like when you're looking through that scope. I'm going to bring it down about another turn and a half, and let's try it again. See, I'm turning this tube, by the way, just in case you didn't notice. This, turning it up, and then opens right up, allows you to get product from the sample tube. Try and let it all drain out, and then pour some of that sample over the refractometer, and we'll take another reading. Yeah, okay, we're good there. We're right at 14. So now I have that good to go. I'm going to go ahead and press the fill button to allow this barrel number 2 to fill. Okay. So now you should be able to see that's starting to fill now. So we're going to go ahead and let that fill. I'm going to drain a little out just because I had some of a little of the other flavor was still mixed up in there. So I'll go ahead and open my valve and let that come out. And then that way I'm getting all of the other flavor, the original, the new flavor in there. Yeah, that should be good right there. Okay, when you see that barrel stop like that, go ahead and hit your vent port. Just pull that pin open slightly. You don't got to pull it real hard, just a little slightly. Open it up to let some of the air out, and then it'll start filling again. When you're doing these refills with syrup and stuff, emptying syrup and refilling, it's good to have a few of these type of buckets and a 5-gallon bucket also, because then you can just set everything inside that bucket. Then it'll be fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and purge a little more out, let it fill up. Gonna go up to my screen, and then I'm gonna press beater to allow that to spin, and that way it's gonna circulate that CO2 throughout the barrel evenly, and then we'll be ready to start freezing down on this one. You can hear it shutting on and shutting off. You can see the CO2 opening and closing. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and press stop. It's off. I'm going to go ahead and press run. And you can see that off, it went to wait, and then it's going to go into its freeze cycle. I'm going to hit back, cancel I mean, so I can go back, go out, and then I'm going to go to my readouts. Go over the readouts. I don't know if you can see that too good, but I'm in readouts. I'm going to go ahead and hit select. Go over to side 2, hit select again. Now you can see your beater percentage. My beater percentage is adjusting, and it will go lower. It'll usually start off around 1,000 or so, and then it'll go lower as the barrel freezes down. So tank pressure right now is at 17. Remember, it was at 0 before. So now my syrup pressure is at 60. which is not too bad. But I'm gonna check out those regulators in the back room, and then I'll adjust those if I need to. I usually like to get those regulators up to 70. So actually, okay, so I'll check that out as it goes. And right now I just want to check out my temperature. My return temp is at 52. My inlet temp is at 17. So I'm going to go ahead and let that run its cycle and then see how it does. So while that one's running, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the 2-barrel. This is the 2-barrel. As you can see on barrel number 1 of this 2-barrel, that syrup pressure is really low. It's down to 28. I've already checked out my transducer on this one. I've already pulled this off and checked it out. But I'm going to take you to the back room and then we'll see. I'll show you what the issue was. It's pretty much the same as the other one. So just give me a second. I'll take you to the back room there and we'll see what that one was while we have this one freezing down. So barrel 2 is still freezing down here, and we'll see what that does in a minute. Okay, right here I'm in the back room. These are the Slurpee flavors that I was showing you. This is the wild cherry line going up to the pump. Okay. Now I want you to look at this pump. Look at the CO2 line right here. That's right here. It's not all the way in. Okay. So it's sticking out. It's not going to pump like that. So I'm just gonna set the camera down for a minute, and then I'm gonna get this placed in there. Let me see if I can do it. Okay, here we go. So it went up pretty easy. Most times it doesn't go in as easy, but as you can see, I'm securing it with that hook. Now it's secured and it's got CO2 going through just fine. Right now I'm looking at my gauge for the syrup for the pumps. Looks like we're at about 65, so I'm going to turn that up to about 70. Yeah, I'm going to turn that up to about 70 on there. These are the gauges for the CO2 for the soda and the Slurpee over here. These here are set pretty good. The 80 on the Slurpee and about 70 on the soda. This one here, I'm going to go ahead and adjust this one because this is going to the syrup pump. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust on that. And then we should get, I want to get a little higher reading on there. So I'll adjust that in a minute. But let me take you back to that number 2 barrel on the 2-barrel. You can see that's freezing up. That's starting to freeze up pretty good. This one here, number 2, the 2-barrel machine, that syrup pressure is at 63. And like I said, I will adjust that in a moment. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and allow this barrel to fill. I'm going to take a little bricks reading. Let me go out to the manual on off. Put some pressure on there. I just want to do a quick brakes on this just to see if I need to adjust the brakes at all. Okay, that brakes is right at 15, which is not bad. I'm comfortable with that, so I'm going to go ahead and allow this barrel to fill. Go up here. First I'm going to go back so I can go to readouts. And I'll sit in readouts for a minute just so I can see what the beater percentage is at. 992 right now. But I'm going to go ahead and let that one fill. Let that air vent out. Let me bring this down so you all can see it here. I'm just tapping this vent port a little at a time, just to let a little air out, and then it'll start filling on its own. And then once I get it up to about here, then I'll go ahead and hit the beater button and allow it to circulate that CO2 throughout the barrel. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and hit that beater button. Let it circulate some. You can see the beater numbers jumping around a little bit, but those are stabilized once I put it in freeze mode, once it freezes down. Just go back over here, back to the 2 barrel. You can see we're in run thaw. My see if I can get it closer here. My inlet temp is at 16, 17 now. My return temp is at 35. I'm going to go ahead and dispense some product out of there. Yep, that feels. That's filling pretty good. I don't know if you can see it, but that looks pretty good. Not too bad. So now that that barrel is all set. It's all repaired and everything. I'm just gonna wipe up a little bit, button up the machine, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so this one's all set. Like I said, I just want to show you. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel out here just to get that screen back to the home screen. Just keep hitting cancel, Right now it's at service menu. Now it's at the home screen. So that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and button this one up, and then we'll finish up on the 2-barrel. Okay, right now I got that that number 1 barrel on the 2-barrel, which is wild cherry flavor. I got that on the run cycle right now, so it's going to go through the freezing cycle. I'm already in readouts. We already went over going to readouts. My pressures are okay. I'm still going to work on adjusting those if I need to. My return temp's at 51, inlet's at 28 right now, so I'm going to let that go ahead and freeze down, and then we should be good to go on this one also. Okay, so now we're back with that 2-barrel. It's still in freeze mode. It's down to 19 degrees. Right now you see it just went in the run thaw, so that means it's good to go. Ready to go. Let's see. Let's take a little sample cup here. Watch it refill. Let it sit for a few. I don't know if you can see it there. That looks good. Froze up good. There you go. Oh, that looks good. I'm comfortable with it. Just go in here, gonna go through. Temps are good. You can see the pressure is now up to 68, so that's good. You want to be close to 70 psi on these for the syrup pressure. For your tank pressure, you want to be around 30 psi. This one's at 25, so that's good. That's a good tank pressure. So I'm going to back out, back to the home screen. Now everything is good to go. Let's see if I can flip their flavor card here. All right, there we go. All right, so that looks good. I'm comfortable with it. Both units are back up and running. The 2-barrel is good to go, and the 4-barrel is good to go. They just don't have the proper label on it for the number 2-barrel, so the staff is going to work on getting that. But other than that, everything is back up and running. I hope that you all got something out of this. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more helpful information and resources from the channel and also from our website. I'd like to thank all of the channel members for their support. I'd like to thank all of the website members for their support as well. Thank you all. Take care. And that's all I have. See you on the next one.